So hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn with Phoenix, and today I'll be explaining you the second question of division 2 of round number 732. Okay, so let's first understand this question. In this question there are two characters and they have prepared two arrays, okay, A and B. Our task was just to make sure that if A and B can be equal or not, and for making the array A equal to B we could make certain operations, and this operation was choose two indices I and j, decrement I by 1, and make sure that it is greater than certain value, that is greater than or equal to 1, and increment the value of j, like the value at jth index by 1. So I'll explain you. Like suppose we have some a b c d, okay, and you choose I as a and j as like I as 0th index and second index as the jth index. So what you have to do, you have to decrement the value at ith index by 1 and increment the value at jth index by 1. So this will be c plus 1 and this will be a minus 1. So now what we have to do, we have to perform all these operation, whichever possible operation you have to perform it, and make sure that if it is possible to convert this array A into the array B, which is actually given into the input. So let's see. So this was the task or the operation which we could perform, and the thing which we have to notice here is you don't need to minimize the number of operation, right? So let's see what was the input. So first number of test cases, then the two arrays, okay, and if you cannot make the two arrays equal, then you have to output -1, else the indices which you chose, okay. So in this case 1 2 3 4 has to be turned into 3 1 2 4. Let's see. 1 3 2 and 4 has to be turned into 3 1, let me see the array once again. 3 1 2 4, okay, 3 1 2 4. Now you don't need to do anything with this 2 and 4 value, you just need to look here. So see, I choose I as this index, like I, and this one as j. Now what I have to do, I have to decrement the value at ith index. So I decrement it by 1, so it becomes 2, and increment of the value at jth index, so this becomes 2. Once again I perform the same operation, so this turns to 1 and this becomes 3. So is my array 1 equal to array 2? Yeah, it is equal. And how many operations did I perform? I performed 2 operations, okay. So I hope you have got the idea like how this question actually worked. Now let's see the approach which I followed, okay. So at first this is 2 operation. Now see, there is one thing, how to know whether that array can be converted into other array or not. If the sum of the elements is equal, no, like if the sum of the elements of the array A is equal to the array 2, then you can definitely turn with some other operation, you can definitely turn array 1 into array 2. But if the sum is not equal, then you cannot, because see, when you are incrementing one element, at the same time you are decrementing the other element, that means the sum is going to remain same. So that is one check, and if that check passes, then you have to output the way the operations are performed. Now in order to choose the indices, what I did, I chose see, I we have to decrement, right? So if I have to decrement I, then what I did, I chose two like from the two arrays we have to make operations on the first array. So what I did, oh no, so what I did, just a minute, let me format the board. So this was what, just a second, 1 2 3 4 and 3 1 2 4, 1 2 3 4 3 1 2 4, okay. So what I did, my operation, like my approach was, see, ith index I have to decrement, so ai should be less than bi. The element at ith index of first array should be less than the element at ith index of b array. So we have to increment it, so this will become the jth array. Please correct it. The element which we have to increment has to be at jth position. So this will become j, and I will be the element which is greater, so 2 and 1. Okay, so this is one possibility for I. And what I will do, I will check like minimum operations which can be performed. See, 2 will turn to 1 with how many operations? Just one operation. And 1 can turn into 3 in 2 operation. So this pair of I and j indices will last for only one operation, because when this 2 will turn into 1 and 1 will turn into 2, now you can't increment this, right? You can't decrement this, right? So I hope you must have understood. If not, then please try it on paper, because when you will write it on paper, then you will get the clear idea. So I hope you must have got it. We chose two indices and perform the minimum number of operation between the two indices. Like one will increment, other will decrement. Now let's head on to the solution code. Okay, code. So I ran two for loops and I checked like if a of I is less than b of I. Okay, and this will be the ith index, because ith index we have to increment and jth index we have to decrement. So this is the first case, right? So what I did, I count the number of operations, and at the same time I increment and decrement the respective values. But while doing this, I keep in mind one condition, that this thing will be operated if and only if a of I is less than b of I. At the same time, a of j is also greater than b of j. I hope you understood this thing. And if not, please dry run it on paper, because things are getting jumbled up. And in the else case, what is this? This is just the shuffling of I and j. Like if instead of 1 and 3, suppose this is 3 and 1, okay, and instead of this 2 and 1, this is 1 and 2. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to decrement this value in actual, right? So that is just the same case which happens here. So thanks a lot once again for watching. Like if you have not got the idea, just